I visited ITAP 2 years ago. I was fortunate to be part of a statistical mechanics conference hosted by ITAP, and now I'm back 2 years later, and I'm very impressed about how things are evolving. I find the atmosphere and the environment that ITAP is able to offer very stimulating for scientific discussions and very pleasant, simply.
It has been organized before, 2 times. This is the 3rd conference of this kind, combining nonlinear dynamics with statistical mechanics. And I was happy to come also 2 years ago in the 2nd meeting, where we had part of the conference in Rhodos Island and part of it in Turkey. The idea was, from the very beginning, to have our 2 countries collaborate in one more opportunity we have in physics and in these fields, to find ways that we can share experiences and do things together, Turkish and Greek scientists and so on. I think it was successful. That's why it was repeated this year. And I must admit that I had to go to another conference as well those days, but I chose to come here because it looked to me more useful, more important to advance the relationship we have between Greece and Turkey, 2 nations, nearby nations, and which should have friendly, peaceful relations, and not only in sciences but in art and in many other directions.
This is my 3rd time in the area, in Turuns. The first time was 5 years ago, I guess, when we organized together with the Turkish colleagues, Turul Hakioglu and Ugur Tinarkli, organized the first Greek-Turkish conference on statistical mechanics and dynamical systems. My experience so far is great, and that's why we keep doing it. I think this meeting is progressing quite well. The first 2 meetings took place half in Greece, half in Turkey, essentially half in Rhodos and the other half at ITAP. This 3rd meeting we decided to have it here in ITAP. And so far it's going great. It's very satisfactory that it's attracting, in a sense, a constant number of individuals of the order of 60 to 80, both from the region, that is from Greece, Turkey and the surrounding countries, but also internationally. We have people from other major European research sites and also from United States.
Well, this is the first time I am here, and particularly for me the first contact with ITAP. And really, I didn't imagine before what was ITAP. I think that for me just an acronym, doesn't matter. But when I was here, I was impressed for a lot of organized scientific conference, workshop, and mainly I was very impressed about the activity with the family. This was for me very, very unusual. I think it is a very clever idea to make to have a contact with the family in such a way that the parents can love science, which is, in my opinion, fundamental for the life of the humanity. And then if the parents are very enthusiastic of science, they can be the first teacher for his son and daughter to orientate them in a scientific faculty, and this is good not only, I think, from ITAP point of view, but for humanity. When we spend energy for the intelligence for a baby, for increasing their capability to understand the world and to understand also from physical point of view, to make a better world, I think this is a good way to spend our life. I believe. I think ITAP is in this direction. I was very impressed. I spoke also with the director just yesterday. I agree with all the activity that they do.
ITAP gerçekten hem bu tür yeni araştırma sonuçlarının rapor edildiği çalıştay, konferans gibi toplantılara ev sahipliği yaparak hem de yüksek lisans yahut doktora düzeyinde derslerin yaz okulu biçiminde lisansüstü öğrencilere verilmesi için bir ortam hazırlayarak çok önemli bir işlev yerine getiriyordu zaten.
This is the fourth time I am in this region, in Turuç, in ITAP. It's always a great pleasure and scientifically very rewarding. In fact, not only scientifically it is rewarding, but also from the human viewpoint, it is very pleasant, because there are simultaneously many Turkish people and Greek people and other citizenships as well, many others, but mainly Turkish and Greek. And it is very satisfying to see that science is a language that can put different people from different countries and different cultures, to put them together to do something constructive for humanity. So this is an excellent initiative that Professor Hakioglu and other collaborators like Professor Tirnakli are getting through. It is very, very interesting and should be strongly supported by all kinds of instances, in particular by the government, the official institutions that support science in Turkey.
Bu girişimin geniş bir biçimde tanıtılması, öğrencilerin ve öğretim üyelerinin buradan hem alıcı bir anlamda, orada verilen konferanslardan, seminerlerden ve derslerden yararlanacak olan kişiler olarak, hem de buraya katkıda bulunarak doğrudan doğruya burada etkinlikler düzenleyen, yani verici kişiler olarak ITAP'ı daha geniş bir biçimde tanımalarının yararlı olduğunu düşünüyorum.
Now for the future, I think, I definitely hope that ITAP will continue its function and perhaps expand more. I don't know the specific plans, but definitely this is an enterprise and an endeavor that we will definitely support, and we are very happy, at least I'm talking for myself and also several other people, and also important people scientifically important people from Greece, that believe that the activity is quite important. It's nice that it's close, it's in the vicinity of Greece also, and I'm pretty sure that we'll have many opportunities for furthering the interaction. I definitely hope that the specific meeting that started as a Greek-Turkish meeting, now it's perhaps, it was international from the beginning, that we changed the title a little bit, that I hope that this meeting will continue, and I'm pretty sure over the course of several years we'll see more and more the effects of this closer interaction.
From my experience at Imperial, and I'm Danish, so I also follow what goes on in Denmark, and there we saw the Institute for Theoretical Physics in Copenhagen, how that developed, and then all of a sudden was moved and essentially closed down in Copenhagen to reappear in Stockholm. From that background, or from these experiences, I would say if you have a physical environment, like ITAP has a very attractive physical environment here, and then some amount of core funding, so you can invite people for meetings and run programs of timely and important problems, then the future is secured. It's not an enormous amount of money that's needed, but you need a little bit of money to every year run some interesting meetings where you can pay for some people to come and support students to come and listen. And then there'll probably also be other people who will find it sufficiently interested that they'll try to find their own funding to come along, and you'll create an environment that'll be known as attractive, and people would be happy to spend time and contribute to development of this activity.
When I came here 2 years ago, Professor Hakiolu Torul explained to me ITAP, the idea about ITAP. It is an institute of theoretical and applied physics, and that it has, as I understand now, several campuses. If I'm not mistaken, there is a campus which is a little below us, down further towards the village, and that's where we had our meeting last time. And I think there are some young children there having some activities. And there is also this place here where we are now, which is very nice, very interesting, very hospitable, and shows that ITAP can play an important role in organizing such events, bringing scientists together with PhD students, discussing the latest developments in science, and so on and so forth. That is very, very good.
You can make good science, you can make good institution if you have good high-level scientists. So I suggest to spend time to involve high-level research, high-level scientists, not only from Turkey, but also from other countries. In such a way, ITAP can grow and become an international center of science. So the idea is, in any case, what is the starting point? The starting point is the research. The starting point is a new idea, and then this means a good man, high-level man. If ITAP and I think also other international centers invest energy in this direction, can be a good way for in such a way that the institute can increase, and also to have a contact with other institutions. For example, in Sicily we have Centro Ettore Majorana. Then I'll try to make some contact with some colleague of mine in Sicily or in Italy with Centro Ettore Majorana and ITAP.
My feeling from the 2 times I've visited is that this could develop into something very attractive for many people and become a hub, a center for scientific activity. I think Turkey is attractive to many people because it's a very pleasant country to be in, and the atmosphere, the way people do science here is very stimulating. And the physical location here in this little village, and of course the other campus nearer, Turunç, are both very pleasant. So I think everything is in place for putting this in people's mind as something they would like to go to. But of course it's not tourism we're talking about. There need to be some sort of exciting scientific programs. But that's what I mentioned before, that it's clear that the organizers know what is exciting at a given moment. The quality of the programs that I've experienced are very, very high, and there is no doubt in my mind that this can only become an important center if it's allowed to continue for some years. an essential point I would repeat is some core funding, because if you don't have some sort of promise for funding for a number of years, the organizers will have to spend all their energy and time on applying for money rather than setting up quality scientific programs.